Welcome back to Popes and Pylons. Let's play some more Europa Universalis IV. We're playing as Gujarat. We're going for Keep the Flame Burning. We have to grab and convert all our centers of faith, and we have control of all of them essentially, although one is currently still in our subject, but they're 87.7% to annexation, so that's kind of fine. We also have to convert Shirvan finally to be done, and then we have to build up the monument over here, Bakur Tishka, which we can start doing once this is our religion, which we can do once it's court, and things. We might actually have the core in. No, wrong button. Do we have the core? No, not quite. And oh no, yes we do. Once our missionaries are free, or one of them is free, we can start the conversion of Shirvan, which is going to be excellent. Now this place is not a state. I suppose I'm over governing cap again. I am. It's not going to stop me from doing this. And you know what? I'm going to preemptively turn on enforce unity, because I know I'm going to need it, and I don't care about the money in the slightest. We are in war against Brahmanes because people were nice enough to understand that coalitioning me is a dumb idea, and therefore I was free to declare more wars, which is how that works. Also, Jampur called us into a war, which meant we were in a war on the same side as Jampur, which meant that they would not be able to protect the Bahmani whose independence they were guaranteeing. So here we are. I'm kind of hoping to also be able to attack Multan, but that might not quite work out because currently we are in the same war as they are. I say currently, that just ended. Now, if I were to attack Multan now, Jampur would defend them. Well, that'd be bad. Would I be able to call? Oh, I would. This is fair and balanced. I want to go. I want to have you in my war, Jampur. Just so you can help out with the difficulties I'm having here. Cost me 10 favors, oh no. Please join my war. Please and thank you. And you folks, for absolutely no reason, please turn around and go north and maybe bring along Mr. Zafar Guri. Again, no reason, just for some sort of precautionary measure, one might say. I don't have this one. As much as I'm currently actually interested in loyalty. I don't like losing the loyalty, but this is gonna have to be fine. Also, it means even more development in my capital, which is currently quite the place. 62 development. And it's only getting hotter. So I guess it wasn't obvious. The reason I called in the Jampuri to this war is because I am planning to attack the Multani in just a... Ooh, I should do it now, because the Uzbek just entered a coalition against me, which the Multani might also do. Let's declare now. Obviously, we're going for a show superiority. And their friends can't join except for Chagatai, especially John Port can't join, which is why we're doing this. And here we go. This has two purposes, I suppose. One is because, they have land, and I want their land. That's the easy part. The other part is the fewer people are in a coalition against me, the more people I have a truce to, the fewer people can join a coalition against me, which is desirable. Because the fewer people are in a coalition against me, the less likely I'm gonna be to get into a coalition war against the fricking Ottomans. Which I don't want. Not because the Ottomans are more powerful than I am, they're not. Nobody is. Nobody could be. Oh, come on, that fort in Mudgal is actually doing quite a number here. Interestingly stopped me from going onto my own controlled land here. Which I thought shouldn't happen with Fort Even if I go like this, right, we're not gonna... No. Because I'm not gonna go there. I'm sure there is a proper rule, because this is a computer system, a computer game, one might say, and it is programmatically controlled, and therefore it doesn't make mistakes. I mean, there are bugs in computer games, obviously, but they're not, you know, mistakes. So the rule set that is set for how forts work is being applied here. I have no doubt that it is true. It just feels utterly weird sometimes. I'm 99% sure that if this was a Bahmani fort in Bahmani land, I would just be able to bypass because I'm on my own land. I'm pretty sure that's how that would work. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong about forts a lot, but I still feel like that's the case. But somehow, because it's a fort they control in a war, it's different. At least it feels like it is. That is... Ooh, that is brave, Coruscant. Brave Sir Coruscant. I'm gonna send some help. Because I'm nice like that. Some people are sharing some maps with other people. I mean, if they don't care about their prestige, they're fine to do this. Yeah, I don't think this should be a thing. It's just weird. Do I actually do something about this? Because I actually don't like the fact that they are now free to ravage my southern land here. Maybe I actually want to bring my transport boats, which I should have a decent chunk of. 15. It's not a great number, but it's certainly a number. Let's get you over here. And then we're just going to hop over and pop these folks if we get the ability to. At least make them run away. Be fine. I think we just won that rebellion fight. We did. We also siege down Cow. It's nice. Let's take Sir Hind as well. I'm gonna split you like in half or something. I want to keep somebody on the siege, so in case my subject decides to not be there anymore, we still have control. Don't lose the siege progress, but I also don't want to spend all my troops on sieging something that these folks might just as well siege. Do I want Delian separatists to succeed? Is that a thing? Probably not. I mean, it's kind of tempting to try and let them happen. Because while that does put another nation on the map that can coalition me, it also puts another nation on the map that I can attack. Which would then lead to them getting hurt, I suppose. I can do this? Okay. Yeah, I don't need to vote then. Should be fine. Conversion. Oh, this is happening now. 305 days left. Which day would it be? It would be the 2nd of March. So we could easily do it 50% out of time, if that's what we want to do. Now, the chance that that pays off this game is slim. It is very slim. Because this game is not going to go forever. I already talked last episode about how I'm afraid that I might be done a bit sooner here than I had planned. Well, planned is a strong word. Actually, let's not do that. But either way, this is not going to take forever. And it's going to take some time for innovativeness investment to pay back. Even if we get innovativeness at a decent rate. Which we may or may not do. Oh, hello. Chagatai. Chugga, chugga, chugga. Let's get these folks out of my country. Do I have a spare? Kinda. Let's put Sidraj Lush, whatever, that guy on here. To chase those Bahmani folk down, and then the now spare cruddy general can run this army to chase out the Chagatayans. Chagatees? Chagatachnicans. I'm sure. Now, what provinces are we actually interested in here? We do care about the whole trade node. We essentially care about most, if not all, of the land. So Sirhind is interesting. Lahore is interesting because of their center of trade nature. And the rest is, let's call it secondary. Unless they are of our culture, which Batnair is. Or relevant for Rashputana, which none of them are. Okay. Kinda digging it. Now it's likely that, yeah, this is gonna happen. My subjects are gonna siege back the rebel-controlled provinces and thereby prevent the spawning of Delhi, which is fine. I'm not like relying on the spawning of Delhi, it just would be nice. What also would be nice is to have a power protection. 125 provinces converted. Well, there's a number. Yeah, EUIV is the only extra one we can get here, reasonably. Not that I care about any of the age points anymore, I just want to have power protection. And since we are fully rivaled and fully embargoing our rivals, the options are kind of slim. I mean, there are options. I'm not saying there are no options. We could privateer either Ming or the Ottomans. We could obviously fight Ming or the Ottomans. We can, for a short-term gain, insult Ming or the Ottomans, scornfully if we must. But none of that is a long-term solution to the issue. I actually cannot reach that province from anywhere. That's so funny. What I can do, I'm pretty sure, is get on a boat with a guy, get out of here and land there. Because that's fine. And again, that might be following the rules correctly, but it's certainly not doing things reasonably in my mind. I suppose you get that back to me. Don't super care. Oh, my truce to Koch has ended. And I'm going to take this final click here for the mass battery. It's actually very good. And we get 10% artillery. Oh no, we get the combat ability, we get the discipline, and we get the cloth quality edict and the military zeal act available to us. Now we don't have an extra free policy. So we have to consider whether we even want to run these. They're good, but they're not essential right now. I actually think I might not. The military zeal act is almost certainly better for us than the Feed Priests and Soldiers prayer books, because battles are not as much what we're about as is sieging right now. But goods produce is certainly better than trade efficiency, so I'm not gonna budge on that one. And I'm not really into spending extra monarch points to keep another one of these up, because that's what we'd have to do. Speaking of having to do things, any reason I'm not piecing out Bahman is, I think there's not. I mean, I'm sure that's the reason. I'm sure that's the reason. Like, I didn't think about it enough, but not a good reason. Now, was there any land here that I needed for any of the things? Culture, yes, actually a lot. Illichpur, Karanja, Nander, and Shohalpur. So these. Which does. I actually put the Ottomans. It's fine. Now then, we don't need anything for Rashputana, I don't believe. We do not. Center of trade-wise, Bidar and Golconda are kind of obvious targets though. Golconda has gems even. Oof, these are places. These are certainly places. What if I were to take those? I mean, it might cause a coalition, but I mean, who are we to be afraid of coalitions? Could just go utter ham here. Just go like this. It doesn't actually seem to add anybody else, does it? Doesn't feel like it does. Maybe this is fine. Oh, the thing is we're gonna get a bunch of overextension, which means we're dragging out the war against the Multani. Or maybe that's also okay. Yeah, right. You convinced me. You drive a hard bargain. Yeah, I think this is gonna be fine. Assuming we're not super overextended right now. I don't think we are. No, 0 is not super. Now the overextension is obviously going to screw my annexation a bit. But that'll also be fine. Now these boats... They want to join up with these, which is going to be annoying as frick. Bate. Let's get you north-ish. Let's get you met up in north-ish. The reason it's annoying as frick is, well, even more annoying than normal joining of such places. Niswa is almost certainly not currently in a thing. Well, I say almost certainly. Not even a state. So yeah. I was trying to say, right. It's already a bit of a pain to join trade fleets. Because they tend to... Well, you can't just tell them to do it. To tell them to protect trade and they will eventually join. But sometimes they get really confusing ideas about what joining means, such like these guys here. Why are they protecting this trade on Coromandel from here? Just sitting there. Am I even getting their trade power? I am. It's just, for some reason they feel like sitting in the Adamant Sea is the best way to do it. So if I had just had, a fleet, a trade fleet, and told them to join, they probably wouldn't have really joined up. But in addition to that, I can't even tell my transports to join a trade fleet. Did I not tell you to convert this one? Maybe not. No, I have. No, you probably want to sit somewhere over here and then suppress. And you might just help a tiny bit with your tiny mercenary butts. Gain a stab. Yeah, okay. I do that. I'm gonna be slightly disappointed by these folks being in my country still. Jampur declared war on Limbawan. Limbawan. In the jungle. Anyway. Annexation is getting too close there. Coruscant likes me more, which is, you know, fine. We're close to a decision point on this tech. 50% extra. I mean, there's a good chance I just click it and I'm happy with it. Because then I don't have to worry about anything else. It's still kind of cheap, honestly. Considering we're 50% out of time, we're only paying 689 ducats. By ducats, I mean dip. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Get even more innovativeness. I did get even more innovativeness, right? It doesn't look like 4 extra, but it must be. Surely. This is a bit of a big army. I didn't mean to have that much of a chunk up here. Let's get you there. Be a bit threatening. I don't know. You just hang out. That'll be groovy. Interesting question is whether I want to go. Oh, my subject's already kind of doing it. That's very nice. I want to go and bother Chagatai at home. You're fighting me, eh? Let's bring some reinforcements then. We don't have the best general around or anything, but we're not powerless. It's mountains. They have a decent shot, but they don't. Because the numbers are just not there. Don't like these people joining the coalition. If Mr. Rose stays out a bit longer, at the yearly tick they will no longer be able to join. But that might be too late. And once they've joined, they will stay in the coalition for a while. Just not somebody anything could like here, I don't think. Chagatai capital is down. That might be enough to just have them leave. It is. Can I pillage your capital? Get away with it? I can. Do we get it? Yes, we get it. It will give us some aggressive expansion, which is actually annoys the Ottomans quite a bit. But once we eat Multan, they're going to be peeved anyway, so, you know. What can a man do? Yes, piece these folks out. Merely for themselves? That's fine. Give that development. The big city? Not gonna be a big problem. Once we get that age objective. It's called big city, large city? It's probably a large city, not big. It's huge! Anyway. Oh, my Empress Consort has tragically died. I do think I have a decent heir, though. So I don't think that that's gonna be utterly problematic. We also have a bunch of attrition, and folks taking attrition over here. If you were to walk, say, there, that would be a lot better. And yes, I do have 99% war score now. I am technically aware of that. But, as you probably realize, we are in a spot where we... oh, I shouldn't have clicked the button. A spot where we have a lot of overextension, which hurts. The reason I just said I shouldn't have clicked the button is that I think it might be that you only get the 3 Diplo reputation hit once you acknowledge the pop-up. And because that would be consistent with how the rest of the game works. And I would have been able to, which was actually my plan, to keep annexing my other subject for another month, complete that before the -3 Diplo rep kicks in. Because now we're in a spot where we are not actually continuing the annexation at all. Portugal wants military access for their war against France. I mean, I'm happy to give it, but I don't see anybody in this list that would require you to move armies through my land. Sure, go to Hamburg, through India. This is not the way to India. I mean to Hamburg. Weird, to say the least. Now, once my overextension goes down, I should probably be in a spot where I have some Diplo rep again. I would be. Which would help me finish my tiny bit of leftover annexation here. But I mean, once I have the Diplo rep, I'm probably also gonna peace out. But it's only, I'm only missing 3 points. really just need a teensy chunk of that reputation. And I suppose I'm just gonna get it by... Ooh, not by this, but I'm gonna do this. Grab our final site. Now it's only about building up the Bakvateshka, and I'm gonna start doing that. What can I spend to speed it up? Money? Let's spend some money. Oh, it's actually not even expensive at all. Just rush it. What is this? Civilization? I forget which civilization it was. It must have been one of the early ones, or multiple of the early ones, where you could just, if you had enough money, you could just buy wonders right out. In modern ones, you can't do that. You have, like, in Civilization 6, you have to get, like, a great engineer or something to help speed up wonder production. But I do seem to remember that there were some older ones where you could just, you know, put a bunch of cash down and be done. Which, I mean, I don't know how realistic that is, but it's certainly amusing. So once these cores come in, maybe even these 98% cores are going to be enough to get me to positive Diplorep, and that's all we need. Like, if we have one Diplorep, we're going to be done in 3 months. We're close to annexing in. We are annexing, so we're going to be done very soon. I'm not going to take any land until that annexation is complete. If it wasn't for the Diplorep issue, there would actually be a great reason to take the land before we finish annexation. Because finishing annexation will increase the governing capacity we're using, which in turn would mean that we spend more to core the new land. But that is neither here nor there. A bunch of truces in the west just ended. I think I just have to declare. Well, have is a strong word. But I think I just want to declare. Because we don't want these folks in the coalition. As always, right? If I do a holy war here and I couple it in Hormuz, that allows me to take land there if I want to. Yet calls it Najd, but surely that's not a big issue. Nobody's happy to join this. But these are not actually real reasons. Most of them, well, the Jampuri ones aren't. Yeah, so the Mamluki ones, they're just because of the other war. Which is not going to be a problem in a moment. I think I do declare right now, and then we might call in friends afterwards. Just so we don't miss out on keeping people out of the coalition. See if we can't rush these folks. My military boats are what? Are they part of the trade fleet? They are. Gonna have you protect trade in Gujarat for a moment. Hopefully that does make you move. It does. Just to establish a presence in the north here. Not to actually... because it's efficient to do that. But because I want that presence. I also want to start moving some people into Timmy direction. Deal with that problem. There's the integration. Very nice. Now... that just gave me another army, apparently. I mean, no surprise there. It's just not that was something I had in mind. Our extension is... technical term. Did we want any... I feel like we wanted Batna here. And we're interested in Sirhind and Lahore, right? So a piece could look something like this. But that's 60% overextension, so we can't just do it right now. And it's expected it annoys the Ottomans to no end. So that's not really going to be something that... it's not something that can be avoided, honestly. Slightly annoying. Let's scare these folks at least off here. And quickly consider my rebels. Omani separatists in Nizwa. I do have an army next door. Golkondans. It's all fine. I wonder if I run repair damage on these, they're just all gonna go and repair. Except for some cogs, and then things are gonna get weird. Let's just drop you into DU for a moment. Just to top you off. And then get you back to money making once we're ready for such a thing. Am I at war with Afghanistan too? I think we are, right? I think we are. Start sieging Kabul then. We're not the kind of people to just withdraw their troops from Afghanistan. Willy-nilly. Who would do that? More siege ability? Tell me more. Do tell. Siege ability is great. Especially if you already have the upper hand. It just saves so much time and it saves so much manpower because the sieges are just so much quicker. Also, this is fine, so go back to protecting trade in Gujarat. Put the foot down. I mean, I'm not here to claim that this is a problematic war or anything. Ooh, speaking of problematic, I think I want to refocus if I can. It's nothing to do with anything being problematic, by the way. But I can't. I want to no longer focus on well, it's not the worst. There is a militech we want to take, and we did just do a idea group. An idea group. So that's alright. I just would like to have more admin, I suppose. And the way to get more admin, no, it's not by trying to besiege my own land, is it? See, yellow, it's just annoying. Why don't you start taking some stuff? You come over here and help. Actually, let's quickly get Nasht out of the war. Maybe even Hadramut. Let's have a quick detour to Liwa. Can't go into Kulob, can go into Balk. Fighting with our general, never the best thing, but there's not insane amounts of Timmy around here, so I'm not actually utterly afraid. I even gotta pick another fight with our general just because I can. And also because I want it done. Yeah, mostly because I can. You know what else I can do? Put a cut in here. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, as always, please do keep hitting that like button. Keep talking to me in the comment section, and of course, keep subscribing. Well, you can only subscribe once, but if you haven't done that yet, then doing it is it would be pretty nice if you would. And there's even some benefits in it for you, like knowing when my videos happen. That's about it. But that's cool, right? And you get to be nice to me and help my channel grow. That's certainly a thing. So yeah, oh, there's people here. That wasn't quite as intended. Gonna grab one of these 16 stacks and send it over here just to do our things, and then put that cut in here. Thank you so much for watching, and see you folks next time.